So the film is based on a true story, and it's about a serial killer who was identified and sentenced about 200 years ago in a northern German city called Bremen. Her name was GESCHE Gottfried, and she was identified and eventually sentenced for killing 15 people, including her 3 children, her parents, her twin brother and 3 husbands.
Sollte das Gericht das nicht mal gründlich untersuchen?
Wer hat Zugang zum Vorratsschrank?
Unsere Mägde natürlich.
Und Frau Gottfried.
Hier sind Sie in Sicherheit.
Das labile Gemüt des Leibes bedarf einer starken Führung durch den Mann.
Working with actors is my favorite part about filmmaking. And I think in this case, I was lucky enough that this was also reciprocated by the actors.
It was perfect, just perfect. In the way that Udo is really listening and observing you as someone who's not just an actor, it's a human, and also with your insecureness and doubts, and really like giving you the feeling that you can believe in yourself.
Sie können sich auf mich verlassen.
Udo Flohr sent me some description of this part, and I was like, what is this? What am I supposed to do here? And I was clearly asking myself, am I able to do this? I just tried to find a connection to this character.
Ich wusste, sie würden kommen.
And what was the key to finding this sympathy for this very strange woman?
And the more I was researching, I was like, oh, what a nightmare. And when you saw like some chapters of her life, how things went with the marriage and what she lived through.
Sie sind wunderschön.
I felt sorry for her.
I think Gesche Gottfried must have been a truly fascinating personality. I think I would have liked to meet her. I think she must have been very seductive. After all, she went through all those husbands and some lovers.
Es hängt vom Vater ab.
There's a huge letter from DROSTE where he is explaining that she is like changing immediately states, and that she can cry for words from Goethe, but then is super like a stone when she's talking about the death of her children. So you really feel in those things that she was a poor soul.
I mean, nobody was talking about, women having problems, being beaten up or having traumatisms. I mean, there was no space for anything like that.
Glück gehabt.
In doppelter Hinsicht.
I think that Senator DROSTE, the investigating judge in this case, who is also one of the other protagonists in Effigy, I think to some extent he must have fallen for her.
He feels kind of attracted to Gesche, and so he's blind for her dark parts. And on the other hand, he tries to give Kato a chance because there was no other chance for him, because he needed an assistant, and there was none.
Ich fürchte, ich bin Ihr neuer Protokollant, Kato Böhmer.
Sie sind was?
Kato Böhmer aus Göttingen.
My role is back in the times a he, so this is something completely new, and Udo wanted to, bring 2 women, strong women, into the movie and show their problems.
Mm-hmm. Kato could be considered the protagonist. She is the female assistant judge, which in reality was a man. We invented this 28-year-old young woman instead, who at the time would not even have been able to get a law degree, which was a requirement for this job. But we still took some artistic license with creating this character, because I thought it was interesting to have a female character in this role as the investigator, partly also because I thought if you're chasing a female murderer, then maybe it's more interesting to have a woman hunting down a woman.
Frau ist am Arm eines Mannes immer besser aufgehoben.
Ist Bremen nicht darüber hinaus?
Dann hat die Stadt aber einen schlechten Ruf. Halten Sie mal bitte.
He is interested in Kato, and he thinks she's also interested in him. But when he realized that it was only a trick, he was disappointed. But we don't see what comes after.
The picture was shot in Germany. I cut it here in LA. We're gonna make this happen. Just needs to be tighter. The score was recorded in Prague. The mix was done in Germany, and the final color correction happens in the Netherlands.
Hat sie das geschmiert? Hat sie das geschmiert?
Truly a global collaboration. And I think it's becoming the new norm, even for indie films.
You went from not making a film to becoming a filmmaker. How did you get to that point? Like, how did you pull it off? Like, how did you get the money, get all the people to actually believe in it, and then made it happen?
There was a point when I started telling everybody that this project was really happening. I told them that it was like a moving train. It was happening. I was going to make the film no matter what, with or without them, but they could be part of it.
FOMO, fear of missing out. If you don't say yes, you're not going to be part of it. You're going to feel bad about not taking action 2 years from now or 1 year when that film comes out.
In the end, it comes down to if life hands you lemons, as a filmmaker, you have to be willing to eat the lemon. Some people can't even watch somebody else eat a lemon. But if you want to make a film, you have to make sure that not only can you see somebody else eat a lemon, but you have to be able, if life hands you lemons, to eat it.